Yo, what's up? So everyone right now is talking about the James Harden trade, the big three, how the Nets will win the chip this year. Everyone's talking about the Nets. But why don't we talk about the guy who spoiled their debut? Why don't we talk about the man who dropped 42 on their heads and dominated them in overtime? His name is Collin Sexton. But of course you already know that. You already know he's amazing. But today, I'm going to tell you just how amazing he is, how good he can be, and the potential he and the Cavs have together. Real quick before we continue, if you're new here, I'm Azad Sports and I'm basketball content. So if you like basketball talk and discussions, I would definitely recommend subscribing. Also, if you don't mind hitting the like button and commenting down below, it helps them get the video out to a wider audience and grow the channel. And I would greatly appreciate that. Alright, back to the video. A few nights ago, every NBA fan was tuning in to watch the debut of the Brooklyn Nets Big Three. Everybody wanted to watch Kyrie Irving, James Harden, KD. They wanted to see just how bad they would destroy the Cavaliers, how much points they would put up, how fun they would be to watch, and who would be the best player that night. But who expected the star of the night to be Collin Sexton? I honestly didn't. I thought the Nets were going to win the game and be amazing, and they were really good. The only problem was Collin Sexton was even better. Not only did he drop a career high on their head, which was 42 points, but he scored 20 straight points in overtime, and honestly was better than the entire Brooklyn Nets starting lineup by himself in the double overtime. He was amazing and just made the Nets look silly, honestly. Now, he was amazing the entire game, but there was just some moments where it just made me drop my jaw and all, and I was just like, damn, man, this guy may be a superstar someday. He may be a superstar someday soon. And they were pretty much all in overtime. The first one was really just in the first overtime when Osman airballed that three with about 30 seconds left. Collin Sexton, he caught the ball in the air, mid-air, and hit a reverse layup before he hit the ground. It put him down by one with about 24 seconds left. They fouled, and he came back down the court and just hit a pull-up three in Irving's face, sent it double overtime. And do you want to know what he did in double overtime? Well, it was over from there. He destroyed the Nets' hope. Any hope they had to win that game, it was gone because he hit 4 3-pointers in the second overtime, along with a fadeaway fall back mid-ranger. And all the 3-pointers, it wasn't like wide open. It wasn't catch and shoots. No, it was all isolation. He took over the ball game. He was hitting step back, side steps, all of it. And he was pretty much just putting it in his hand. He was doing some heat checks. You know, he just had the hot hand, and he was letting the Nets have all of it. And honestly, I think that's the best game of Collin Sexton's career. But it damn sure won't be the best all time. He's going to keep on getting better, and it's going to be very soon that I think he's a superstar. But I think he is the next Kyrie Irving, honestly. I mean, they're very similar in terms of they can hit any type of jump shot, no matter how off balance, if it's a pull-up, step-back, fade-away, or just a regular jump shot, whatever the case, no matter how much pressure, no matter how clutch it is, they're down to hit it, they're down to score it. But not only that, they're both amazing at scoring inside the paint. Really, it doesn't matter how tall the defender is or how close the defender is, they both seem to weasel their way around them every single time and get a clean, smooth finish, and it's honestly amazing. They both, high volume scorers, average a lot of points. He's not really the same rebounder or passer that Irving was at his age, but they're both very, very good at stealing the ball, and that's one thing I really like about him. Whether it's picking someone's pocket or playing the passing lanes, he makes sure he gets steals for his team. Although he's not the best defender, that's one way he makes up for it. Oh yeah, and also, speaking of defense, I'm not saying he's a shot blocker or anything, but he got a chase down block on Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was going to get an easy lay-in, and he came for about half court, and it wasn't like off the glass or nothing, but Kevin Durant had it low. He got a clean block on him. It was pretty nice, I can't lie, man. But do you want to know the main reason why I think he's the next Kyrie Irving? It's the clutch factor. You can't hire a trainer. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how many millions of dollars you spend. You cannot pay someone to teach you to be clutch. Only so many people in the NBA are born to be clutch. Kobe, he was clutch. MJ, he was clutch. LeBron, I don't care what y'all say, he was clutch. Robert Horry, he was clutch. Ray Allen, Steve Kerr, they're clutch. Well, guess who else is clutch? Collin Sexton. He has that clutch gene, and you can just see it. No, he's never played a game of significance. I don't think it matters, though. You can just see in the way he plays out there. Some people are just different, man. When you watch them play, you know you're watching greatness. No, he's not going to be one of the greatest of all time, but I think he will be a superstar. Give him 5 years, he definitely will be. So, to sum it all up, man, what I think about Collin Sexton, I think he will be just as good as Kyrie Irving. I don't think he'd be better. I think he'd be just as good or a tad bit worse. I see him being easily a top 15 to 20 player, maybe closer to the top 10, but I would say about 15 to 16. In that Kyrie Irving range, like I said. And on the low end, maybe he'd be like a CJ McCollum at the worst. But at his best, I say he's about a Kyrie Irving. Alright, now let's talk about the rest of the team. Now, I know y'all have heard the nickname they have for the Cavs this year, Sexton. Because, Sexton, then they have Darius Garland. So, Sexton. Sex. Garland. Yeah. I think y'all get it. But, just make sure for some of y'all slower folks out there. Anyways, let's talk about Darius Garland. Just like Collin Sexton, they're both very efficient from the field. And he's averaging 17 points per game so far this season, while shooting 45% from the field and 46% from deep. The one good thing about him, though, is Collin Sexton hasn't shown too much improvement in his playmaking ability. Darius Garland is averaging 6 assists so far this year. And right now, they look like they can be one of the best backcourts in the league. Back like 5-6 years ago, we could tell in the future that John Wall and Bradley Beal will be one of the best backcourts in the league. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, they were going to be one of the best backcourts in the league. Same with Lillard and McCollum. Well, now we can tell that sometime soon, Sexton and Darius Garland, they will be one of the best backcourts in the league. There's no doubt in my mind. You want to know who else they have? Because this guy is getting overlooked a lot. Isaac Okoro is supposed to be one of the best defenders in the draft. And honestly, people were comparing him to Kawhi Leonard, and I highly, highly doubt that. They're probably saying that because of his defense and stuff, but I even doubt that. But even if he can be 90% of what Kawhi is on defense, that is amazing for this team. Because Garland and Sexton, they've got them on offense. They got them, so they can have an amazing defender. That's great. Speaking of defense, Jarrett Allen, who they just picked up from that Nets trade, he's amazing. A great defender. And you saw him in that one of his last games on the Nets. He was getting playing time over DeAndre Jordan. They benched DeAndre Jordan for the fourth quarter and such because Jarrett Allen was better. And they also did it in this double overtime game for the Cavs. The Cavs coach did it too. So 2 different coaches were benching Andre Drummond and DeAndre Jordan, who used to be really, really good centers. But now this young guy, he's up and coming, man. And he was a great pickup for y'all. Not to mention Taurean Prince. He's a good thing. Y'all have Andre Drummond. I think y'all should try and trade him for someone else. But he's good, don't get me wrong. Guys don't see him as a long-term piece on your team. Cedi Osman is a really good player. I honestly like him, but I don't know if he's going to be part of your long-term future either. He's not too young anymore, I don't believe, but I really don't know. Larry Nance, I really like him. I used to not be a fan of him, but over the years, I haven't been paying attention to him for the past couple of years. He's really grown into being just a really well-rounded NBA player. In that Nets game, he got 15, 8 and 5, and 4 steals. He can just do a little bit of everything on the court. He's not great at everything on the court, but he can do a little bit of everything. And yeah, man, I really just like y'all's team. Not to mention, you have a trade asset in Kevin Love, who I really think you can at least get a first-round pick out of, if anything. I don't know why y'all want to keep Kevin Love so much anyways. He gets injured all the time. Just trade him to a contender already. Come on, man. And seeing the way teams have started this year, like the Raptors not in the playoff picture, the Heat are struggling, and just how good the Cavs have been compared to how bad I thought they would be, I honestly could see them making the playoffs this year. Part of it depends on health and league health protocols, But at the end of the day, man, they could end up with like the 7 or 8 seed and surprise some folks. And people probably thought they were 2 or 3 years away. I thought they were about 2 or 3 years away, honestly. But now I'm starting to think, man, they can make the playoffs this year, and I would really like to see that. But if not, y'all can get another good pick, and it'll be all right. Yeah, really exciting stuff for the Cavaliers. I'm honestly really, really happy for y'all. Y'all finally have a good team going that doesn't involve LeBron James. And you finally struck gold and hit the savior of your franchise in Collin Sexton. Alright, that is all I have time for y'all today. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And comment down below, what videos you want me to do or anything you want to say about the video. Just anything. I'll reply back. So, yeah, do that. And, yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, all that. Alright, man. Well, I can't wait to see the Cavs in the playoffs this year. I'm making the prediction right now. Cavs are going to be a 7 or 8 seed. Okay, man. See y'all next time. Sports out.